Hello, gentlemen. Welcome to your Operation Mandem reading. So this is where we just talk about topics that God wants to highlight. Okay. So the first thing we're gonna find out is what issue is that God wants to address, and then we're gonna bring you the information as to what God wants you to know about it. So I've already shuffled the cards just for me to deal the cards right after I prepare my hands properly. Okay, so let's go. Operation Mandem. So today we're celebrating 2 years. This channel makes 2 years today, so I have my big number 2 behind there. And I have my balloons. So yeah, we're celebrating. So we have a card sticking out here. We're gonna see what that is. Ooh, bisexual. Let's see what card fell out. Oh, so God wants to talk about heterosexuality today. And then bisexual wanted to make its face known, but we're gonna put that back. And the underlying issue here, we have X. So it's like God needs to talk to you guys about heterosexuality because of X. What is X? You got a check mark and you have an X. And we know who is in charge of the X's in this here society, okay? We know that there is a war on heterosexuality at this time. So we're gonna find out what God wants you guys to know about heterosexuality. So heterosexuality is those people who believe that man should be having sexual intercourse with women only, and women who believe that they should be having sexual intercourse with men only. So opposites attract, you know, the yin and the yang. Yeah, balance. Yeah, the only two that can actually reproduce. A man and a man can't bring forth life, so therefore if all men were to become gay, then life would stop. And if all women were to become gay or lesbians, then life would stop. Okay, so the life of homosexuality, the life of homosexuality actually brings an end to the perpetuation of civilization. So when you die, you have left no seed to carry on. So then the earth will become desolate of humankind if all humans were to be choosing to have sex with the same sex, the same gender as their self. Okay, men were made to go with women, women to go with men for the sake of reproduction. So let's see what God wants us to know. So the topic today is heterosexual. Okay. And why is my deck in that? Let me make sure they're all upright, because 2 decks now were upside down and I didn't realize. So okay, now we're ready. Let's see what God wants you guys to know. The underlying issue, God wants you to be patient. Okay, so the first set of cards, or the first card we have to come out, is address your addictions. So the topic is heterosexual or heterosexuality. Address your addictions. What is your addictions? Is your addictions the need to control? Is your addictions the need to have more than one sexual partner? I'm not saying that it's wrong. I'm not saying that any of those things are wrong, but addictions are desires that we do not put in check, desires that are out of balance. Okay? So, what do you feel you're out of balance with when it comes to your heterosexuality? Because we have to remember that in a relationship, it's not just you, it's you and the woman that you're with. So your needs must be heard and met, and her needs must be heard and met for there to be peace. So there needs to be compromise in order for you guys to have a happy, productive, progressive relationship, and to bring forth such children as well. Because if you two don't have peace within you, your children are going to be miserable, and then when they go out in the world, they're going to make everybody else's life miserable because that's all they know. Okay? Hence the reason why we have so many broken women and broken men today that form broken relationships, that develop broken homes, that foster broken children. Okay? We need to get it right from the jump. So it starts with ourselves. Address your addictions. So anything that is out of balance within you, God wants you to address those. And the second message is to go with the flow. I'm recording on 2 phones at the moment because my phone was telling me some shit about not being able to connect to the camera. So I'm recording on another phone just in case one of them don't work properly. Okay? So I have to hold the thing like this so the both phones can see it at the same time. Okay, so go with the flow. So whilst you're on this mission to address your addictions and correct them, God says to go with the flow. So that means sometimes you're gonna be weak. Okay, so it's like if you know you have this bad habit, you're trying to stop, you're doing well for a week or 2, you might mess up on the 3rd week. God's saying, don't let that stop you in your tracks. Go with the flow. Keep going. If that's what you really want and you keep working towards it, you're going to get it. So if peace is what you really want in your household with your partner, you're going to get it. You have to keep going. It's going to be rough. It's going to be challenging and all these things, but eventually you get there. And getting there don't mean that you guys don't still do things that the other one is not happy with. Getting there simply means that you will come to an understanding of each other and have a certain tolerance for each other, and things that used to make you upset with each other, you'll actually laugh at instead and be like, oh yeah, that's him. Oh yeah, that's her. So it's a matter of going with the flow, but keep working at attaining that which will make your home a happier place. Okay? The underlying issue is your ability to be patient. So like I said, these things are going to take some time and they're going to take some work, but you will get there. So be patient with yourself and be patient with your partner. Okay? And it starts with working on yourself, right? So be patient and imagine solutions. So God wants you to see your end goal. What do you hope to achieve? You need to see it within your mind's eye and keep working towards it. And this is what I was talking about. Don't let anything stop you. Face your adversity. So like I say, you may do good for a while, then you guys may fuck up again, but keep going. It's okay. Okay? Live your soul, not a role. So now is not the time to be pretending. You're trying to find who you truly are, because once you're living in who you truly are, then that's where your true happiness is. Okay? Live your soul, not a role, and laugh at your demons. So that's the same thing I was saying. Once you get to that stage where you accept each other as being flawed human beings, you accept that, yeah, my partner's trying, and your partner accept, yeah, he's trying, then you'll be able to laugh at the madness. It won't be so serious and draining anymore. Okay? You'll be able to forgive and forget. and hopefully write some nice movies and some nice songs and whatnot so that the rest of the world can enjoy can enjoy your mess that you've successfully turned into messages that we're gonna pay you some money for so that you can manifest your most magnificent life. Get some big house and nice playground for your children to go outside in the backyard and have, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, strengthen your gifts. So the point is, you can do it. We're all gifted to do it. God says, grieve your losses. So anything that is staying away from you, anything that seems like you're not meant to have it, just let it go. Let it go and be decisive. So don't be wishy-washy about what you're trying to achieve. Be decisive. Be like, yes, this is what I want, and I'm gonna stick to it. You and your partner. So you need to have like family meetings and stuff like that where you actually share what you're trying to do, share where you're at in your development. Because a lot of the reasons why people flare up and fall out with each other is because they're dealing with someone who doesn't know what stage of development they're at. Because it is common practice for us to think that people are more developed than they actually are a lot of the times. But the truth of the matter is, not everybody has come from a background that was very nurturing. Not everybody comes from a mature background to have been able to learn certain things from a young age, which will have made them develop to a high degree at this later stage. Some people, they had a bad hand in the beginning of their life. So it is very important for you to speak your truth to the person that you're dealing with so that they know where you're at. You know where you're at, they know where you're at, so they will know how to accommodate you. They will know how to be patient with you, and they will know how to support you. Okay, and you will accept their interactions with you as support, as opposed to allowing your ego to make you feel like they're trying to belittle you. Okay, you have to live your soul, not a role. So don't try to portray yourself as who you want them to think you are, because when they deal with you as such, when you fall short of that measurement, then they're gonna think that you're either being rude or you're just a jackass, or they'll start trying to correct you, and then you're gonna feel like they think you're stupid. But the point is, you did not make them know exactly where you were at in the first place. You lied to them about who you are, or you misled them in some way about who you are. So they're treating you as who you told them you are. So tell them who you actually are, and you'll be addressing who you actually are. Right? Right. Let's get your next message. This deck is huge. I have to do it in pieces. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3. All right, so the first card we have is recognition. It says someone deserves to be recognized for all that they do. The second card we have is connection. You are very connected to the heavenly realms. And the third card we have is the journey. So that's why you can't rush yourself. That's why you can't like give up on yourself. That's why you just have to keep going. So the journey card says you are learning that every challenge you face has a hidden gift inside. And then there's the magic, because a lot of the lessons that we have learned have come through us making mistakes. So, on this journey to successful relationships, what you need to do is recognize the lessons and the blessings that are hidden inside getting things quote unquote wrong. So when you mess up, there's always something in there to learn. Where did you go wrong? Why did that happen? How did it make you feel? So like analyzing yourself from a psychological perspective, and also watching the situation as if it is not you that's in it, it will help you. It will teach you so very much that you can then help to teach your children and even your partner when they fall into their own traps. And then you'll be able to connect with each other on that level where you talk about when you have fallen from grace and how it made you feel and what you wanted to do and how you actually overcame it and stuff like that, because we're not much different to each other. Okay, you're imperfect, she's imperfect. Okay, so yeah, so recognition, connection, and the journey. So recognition talks about you recognizing yourself and the one that you're with for all that they do. Okay, and the connection to the heavenly realms, that's what the card talks about. The heavenly realms is considered that happy place, that place of things going right. Okay, and just know it's a journey, it's nothing to rush. The underlying issue here, we have a mentor, so someone to teach you along the way, and sometimes that someone that teaches you along the way is you studying yourself. So in my readings, I try to encourage people to always include self, because if we train people to look outside themselves, sometimes there's nobody outside yourself to help you to get to the next level. So it is best to start with self. That's why I always include myself, because a mentor, you would normally think, oh, it's somebody outside of you that's helping you, but no, your mentor could actually be your higher self teaching your lower self. Yeah. So it says you are about to meet a person of high integrity who will guide you in the right direction. And it could be just your higher self, like I said, right? Then we have universal mind. You are about to receive the solution to your problem or concern. It's all within you. Universal mind. Everything is there in our subconscious. It's just for us to find a way to pull it towards our conscious mind. Okay. And then we have visionary. You are learning to synthesize all of your creative ideas into action. So that is coming up with the solutions to your problem, like knowing what your end goal is and actually being able to work towards them, finding the way to work towards them. This is what it's about. Positive life changes. Okay. So it says positive life changes are ahead if you choose to trust in the process. And that's why God started off telling you to be patient. Okay? Be patient and grieve your losses and forgive and forget and laugh at your demons. Those things are all part of the process. A lot of people tend to give up when they reach those stages in trying to forge strong partnerships. When things get tough, when things get tricky and challenging, that's when we usually go our own way. I'm not saying that some situations don't deserve to be abandoned. I do believe that some of them do deserve to be abandoned, at least so you can catch some air, at least so you can just be yourself and recuperate, keep your emotions calm. But some partnerships, some people are worth the energy and the effort that it takes to maintain a good relationship with them. Okay, so You have the magic touch coming in next. You are accessing true magic from deep within. And there's that energy that we were talking about, the mentor being self. Yeah, you are accessing true magic from deep within. Right. So let's see. So that's basically telling you all the things that I was telling you, but now the cards came out to solidify what I was saying and making it clear that, yeah, it is so. Because we're having a very hard time right now. It's very hard, but we're seeing our way through it. That's why there's so many conversations on social media right now about relationships and sexuality and all these different things. We're gonna help each other to see our way through. And when you can't find nobody to help you, just know that you can tap into your inner resources, because you are connected to the heavenly realms. And that's why prayer is important. When you want to get to the next phase or the next stage, you pray. Yes, indeed. Learn from the past. So that is what it's all about. Like I was saying before, when I was talking about making mistakes and how valuable making mistakes and actually studying yourself when you're in the hot water. Study yourself, how you feel, what you choose to do, what you've chosen to think, how you actually overcame. Learn from the past. So the underlying issue here is having sex. Okay, so now this is talking about your sex life. Drink more water, God says. All right. And do not cave to peer pressure. Be yourself. So God is giving you the formula for good sex right about now. So hear what now? And then comes the serenity prayer. So this prayer goes, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. All right. So we got sincerely apologize coming next. All right, so let's translate this for you now. So it says learn from the past, right? So the underlying issue is the importance of drinking water. Now, this is not actually talking about water. This is talking about being more emotional, being more emotionally available when you're having sex. Okay? When you're having sex, I mean, I feel that there are at least three different qualities of sex. So you have the fucking. That's the one where you're very emotionless. That's the one where the rude boy then profess. It's good, okay? Then we have having sex. That's the one where you bring a little bit of emotion into it. You're more caring. You're more thoughtful about the other person. That's good too. And then you have the tantric sex one. That's when you bring not only your emotional body but your soul into it. That's when you bring your spirit into it. You actually connect with your person with the utmost care, with the utmost consideration. You actually want them to have a healing time, not just have sex, but have a healing experience from the sex. That's the type of sex that get you into trouble. That's the type of sex that make people get obsessed with you. So I think that unless you feel safe, don't give anybody that type of sex. I think you should stop it at just having sex. Yeah. So you could give them the fucking and give them the having sex too. You're safer with those ones. Save the tantric sex for somebody that you feel or hope won't go bananas. Somebody who deserves it. Because that's the type of sex that get people hooked on you, and then they don't want to leave you alone because you put it on them too well. So now they're just sucking off of your good energy, and no matter how they treat you, they can't see that they're just shitty people and you don't want to be around them. They want your energy, period. Okay. So yeah, so God wants you to be more emotionally connected when you're having sex. Do not cave to peer pressure. So peer pressure right now is a lot of people think that it's not cool to be vulnerable to your partner. Okay, when it comes times to having sex, a lot of people think that it's just supposed to be rough and rugged, just bam 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 bam. No. Okay? No. There's a time for that, but there's a time for doing it properly. It's a time for adding some water into the fucking mission. So God says don't cave to peer pressure, especially watching them stupid porn and learning to have sex from porn videos. It is highly not recommended by me. Those people don't know what they're doing. Them people that don't have no good sex. There's some porn videos that you watch and you're not only enjoying the actual sex, but it's like you can see the connection between the two people. And it's just like, yeah. Even in movies when two people kiss, there's certain people on TV you can see them kiss and it's just like eh. And then there's two people that you see kiss and they have that chemistry between them and it's just like what? Yeah, you're looking for the chemistry, the water. Okay, the water brings you that chemistry, and that chemistry makes you feel more in love, and that chemistry help you to get what the fuck you want when you want, as long as it's within reason. Okay, that chemistry opens doors for you. All right. And if you can't attain these things, say that prayer and sincerely apologize for not being as great of a lover as you can be, because you have chosen to allow the peer pressure, allow fitting in. You've allowed to be indoctrinated by how the world wants you to believe sex should be had. Okay? So learn from the past. If you have ever had one of those sexual encounters where you actually felt like you liked the person, so it kind of conducted how you were interacting with the person during sex, you see the difference between how you were. You see the difference between the quality of sex you had with that person and the quality of sex that you had with somebody else that you just wanted to have sex with. You just wanted to fuck. Okay? It's two completely different things. Look back and you'll see. Because you need to learn from the past. Alright, so let's get your last message. So this message is for the heterosexuals. Okay? Okay. So the first card we have to come out for you is boring, pretender, damn right, and cursed. So that is saying that pretenders are fucking boring, and that's some cursed ass shit. That's why you have to live your soul and not a role. The underlying issue is because you're frightened. So, and a lot of men wouldn't admit this, but expressing their self, expressing their emotional self, expressing their more vulnerable side, their compassionate side, you know, it makes them scared. And I can understand that, because nobody wants their heart to be broken. Nobody wants to put in that type of effort into someone only to be laughed at, or only to be used, or get the shitty end of the stick at the end of it. Okay, people want that when they invest in someone in that respect, or with that level of respect, that they get back something of equal or more value in return, or not too much lower than what was put out. So that's understandable. But at the end of the day, someone said this: we build walls to protect ourselves from the wickedness that is outside. But the truth of the matter is, the goodness is also outside. So the walls that we build to protect us against being hurt, we're actually stopping those who would heal us from coming towards us or having access to us as well. So the best thing to do is to step into it with a prayer. You start with a prayer. You talk to the Most High or your ancestors or your archangels or the Great Spirit or whatever you call the Almighty One. You talk to that one and you step into any relationship that you're about to enter into with it as your guide. And ask it to protect your heart as well, because heartbreaks fucking hurt. Okay? So there's nothing wrong with inviting God into your relationship before it even starts. Like, yo, Most High, Jah, whatever you call God. Yeah, I like that one, but you know how it is, I'm counting on you to protect me, because I don't want nobody to look at me like I'm stupid. I would prefer not to be used, or at least let me see it coming before something like that actually happens, so I can protect myself. Okay? Deal. Talk to God. Ask for what you want. Build a relationship with the Most High, because the Most High see and hear and know what we don't. So the Most High is our superpower. Okay? So I'm not going to say there's no need to be afraid, because even I'm afraid as well. So I can't, you see? Only what is in me I could put into you, and I'm scared too. So I need to pray before I step into mine as well. But, God never fails us. So don't hesitate to talk to God. Build your relationship with God so that you can at least go into them with more comfort, with knowing that you got protection and you got eyes in the back of your head, because they don't know. If they don't come in peace, well, even if they come in peace, they don't know that you got somebody watching out for you. Okay? So, for those people who do not come in peace, you make sure that you're armed first. Because from a woman's perspective, I'm going to tell you straight up. There's a time when I like to see a man acting hard, and there's a time when a man need to soften up and be putty for me. Okay? That is sexy. There's a time to be rough and tough, but there's a time to leave your fucking armor at the side of the wall. Take that shit off and just be human for me. Thank you very much. You don't need to be tough all the time. Okay? If you want to cry, you can cry in peace. Because I think that crying is a healthy way to relieve stress and pressure and relieve toxins or release toxins from the body as well. So this shit about men don't cry, I don't know who the fuck taught them that, but you need to allow yourself to feel your emotions, go through them and overcome them, not try to block them. Because when you keep blocking your emotions, even the loving ones, when you keep blocking them, then after a while it becomes too much and you explode. And that's for men and women. We need to express ourselves. Even if we don't get shut down. Don't be afraid to hear no. Don't be afraid to be rejected. Everybody's not for everybody. Even if somebody look like your type. They only look like your type. You don't know who they are for real though. Because there's so many things to consider when you're considering getting with somebody. And remember, when you get with somebody, you don't just get with them. You get with them and everything that is of them. You get with them and their friends. You get with them and their family. You get with them and their money problems. You get with them and their past. Okay? You get with them and their fucking future. So you have to be careful who you're choosing to merge your energy, merge your life with. Okay? If you choose correctly, with God's help, then you'll be sure to be able to manage the challenges that come with being with whoever God guide you to accept in your life. Because I'm not saying that Getting God to guide you is gonna make sure that you get with somebody that never make you upset, and somebody that never challenge you, or somebody that never hurt you. It don't work like that. There's always going to be issues. But the difference is you have the power to go through them and to overcome them. You have the power to face them, go through them, and overcome them. And not be bitter, but allow them to make you a better person. Because you'll be wiser. You'll be wiser. And then once you've been a student, you can then become a teacher to your children or your friends. You see me? Now is the season of being wise. Now is not the season of being stupid and just carnal and irresponsible. It's not safe out there anymore. There's way too many things out there to get caught up in that will delay your life and derail your progress and your success. It's time to get responsible. It's time to be mature. So, speaking to those who are ready to be mature, good luck. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye bye.